It is the podcast. And Corrie says, let's keep it vibey.
Keep it vibey.
Because we have
are
just
tired
wrapped up.
from the Vendy Bundy.
The Vendy Blundy has wrapped up for its third year
Wow.
running. And I'd say third year
Best year yet.
The vibes of both Vendies, Spendies, Pendies, and Novembies has been a thrill.
It was chaotic.
I didn't go to bed till 3 a.m.
Me and you stayed
day
on the
we
phone till
opened.
1.
It's like ceremonious. Corrie
We
says,
had-
call me at 11:50. Corrie never sees midnight, so the fact that
I
she's
know.
even awake.
That's
And then I'll call her because this is the wild thing. And this is what people were like, did I get banned from it? No. What happens is we can only let in 49 people at a time.
Yeah, this year was less people than ever.
Yeah, so Corrie and I are just slamming our phones that approve. And it says approve all, but it only
It never
ever approve.
does.
So what we think happens is when she's clicking approve and I'm clicking approve on the same group, you guys get that like in, out until you all
Yeah.
get in. But it takes around 15 minutes this time.
I mean, it eventually didn't show me anyone's name anymore. And I was just clicking blindly.
Yeah, and I was doing it from desktop. So we think that's like, it's
It
second
took
hand,
us,
out.
if you think that there was 8,400 people in there, it took us 11 minutes
Not bad.
to get everybody in.
Not bad, but the hype is real. I did some precursory numbers. We had a 30% increase in pendies that turns pendies.
Thank you, guys.
We had
Thank
a
you.
70% increase in door prize value and over 50% increase in vendies. So all in all, we'll never be able to reach these numbers again. Thanks. I had to get Botox today. If that tells you how the weekend went.
But I shopped from as many as I could, knowing that we still had to work. Like, I was in there late in the evening.
Here's
Fine.
we're gonna do a dedicated Vendy debrief. But hindsight 2020, because every year I learn just a little bit more. Everyone should try to stay up to midnight both nights.
Yes.
Because you should be the first person to enter. There's a lot of fun stuff going on.
When do you think the chaotic evening part started?
10:30 is when it's scheduled.
10:30.
Yeah. So at 10:30, I lift all the rules from the vendies. It's called clear the shelf.
Yes.
And I don't talk about it until the day. And at clear the shelf, they're allowed to post anything, but it must require a deal cheaper than the one they've written.
Yeah.
So and it can be on one single item. If you have extra cutters.
Whipsy, who makes the flavored powdered sugar, she was 50% off all day.
Remember, I didn't tell any of them about this ahead of time.
I know.
I just said chaos reigns supreme at the end of the
Yeah.
vendy.
And then she said 60% off.
Yeah, so that was great. I mean, we didn't plan to do any clear the shelf stuff, but Corey had gone to bed. Like, you were out.
Listen, I don't see midnight often. And then I saw 1 o'clock. But then I was also on the morning team. So I had to wake up early.
So, yeah, I was asleep.
I even texted Heather. I said, do I need to set an alarm? Or am I good to go?
Sweet dreams, baby girl. Sweet dreams, sweet prince. So, but I didn't think so many vendies were going to jump on the clear the shelf.
Oh
but
my
they
goodness,
were
they were.
So we jumped in on it. Corey's asleep. I said, I'll ask for
Heather
forgiveness
jumped
in
in
the
on
morning.
it.
Yeah, I just said like, oh, like, Corey, you'd get mad if I did it on the cookie college because we had a promo for the cookie college, but we had actually excluded the cookie class kits from the Vendy Blending. So I disabled the membership for 24 hours altogether. So then I thought, what if I did 50% off that
Were you
cookie class
sitting down
kits?
here at your computer?
I was beginning my post-deletion process. That's I was getting ready to okay, starting to turn off the lights. Can't stay here. You have to go home. So then I was like, this is so fun. Because I was pinning their clear the shelf codes. So I was like, this is so fun. I wonder if I could do something. So I said, okay, I'll just do 30 codes. Sells out in 3 minutes.
Oh my
And people were like, please. So I said, you're going to get me in trouble.
Such a push.
30 more. 10 more. Okay.
Noted. Corey will stay awake next year.
And then you know what? It's so funny because from the last Vendies to this Vendy, Facebook pushes and removes features. So I had removed my post tag feature, which is what we banked on a lot on the last Vendy. So this time I made them tag their own post with the hashtag. But it had added the ability to ban somebody and delete all their recent activity, which very convenient. The Vendies don't realize this, but I banned each one of them to be able to delete their posts, and then
that honestly cleared it up fairly fast.
I mean, that group shut down so fast.
Yeah.
And then the virtual assistants, he actually needed a buddy this time because he said there was too many. He wrapped that up in about 8 hours.
Yeah, I'm already getting my packages.
And it was a fun vibe. A lot of the vendors. That's how we know if this is good or not. Because without the vendors, there's nothing that goes.
There's nothing.
Yeah, it's just us.
It's just called a blendie.
The non-spender. If the vendies asked to come back, that's when we have an indicator that it was a good event.
So
because
far
they put
we've gotten a ton of amazing feedback.
Yeah, it was really good. We'll do a debrief podcast on it and marketing tips that we missed a mark on, that we stuck the landing on, and lessons learned.
But I just want to say, and we will touch on this in that podcast, if you think people are reading your posts.
The number one question asked, people are still trying to request to join the group because it is, someone said, I didn't even know about this event until 2 hours before. And if you've seen us for the last 2.5 months, we've
relentless.
And that's the biggest marketing takeaway is that whatever you think, that one post didn't reach enough people. That 10th post, it still didn't reach enough people. Yeah. To really infiltrate your message to people, it's got to be consistent and almost borderline spamming because, I mean, we posted on our social media. We posted it. You did those videos. We did it in the groups. We did it in the newsletter. We did it in the podcast. And we did it for 2 months. And people still said, I haven't heard of this before.
I know. Yes. I even think for the last full week, me and you added no marketing value to the main group. We
ruined our audience. Listen, if you unfollowed us, congrats. That was a good decision. You are a safe person.
But what a fun day. And I have to give Heather, I know I gave her a shout out in the group, but I have to give her a verbal shout out here. The Vendy Blendie would not happen without Heather. Let me just tell you.
It is an orchestration of, that's the thing. That's the Vendy Blendie is a chicken or the egg in every scenario because without enough Vendies, nobody wants to sign up to shop. Without enough shoppers, no Vendies want to vend. And then without enough marketing, like I can have all the Vendies lined up, but if we have no marketing, there's no audience. So Corrie this year, and this was new, it's so funny because the vendors didn't actually want to do it at the beginning. You could send Corrie a package to review and a 60-second spot on all our social media. So maybe I would say 40% of the vendies are like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. So when they sign up, they say, I'll do it. Yeah. Then all of a sudden I started getting all those emails like, hey, can I do it now? I'm so sorry. I want to do it now. I think you probably had about 70% of the vendies want to do it, whether or not they got their packages in time to you. So those are really fun to shop through your eyes.
It was fun to see what people were selling from shops that maybe were new.
Know. Yeah.
I thought that was wildly entertaining. I loved being your hands and eyes as you shop the Vendy Blendie.
It was interesting to see. I think in hindsight we should have said only send you their best sellers, the 3 things.
Yeah.
But we live and learn. This is our first year of these little shorts.
I know, and it honestly helped build the excitement.
Hype. Yeah, it'll be a good debrief. But back to spending money. Why save when you can spend? Corrie, I thought it'd be fun.
Hold on. Bakers, turn up your volume now.
We will be talking about the gifts for the bakers in your life. For that baker who is everything you ever wanted them to be.
For the baker who just keeps baking, pouring their heart out, and you're looking for a way to look invested in them and support them.
Want to be the best spouse this season? Listen up. Corrie thought it'd be fun to ask you guys what should be on your cheap wish list, your mid wish list, and the expensive wish list. And that way you can accidentally leave this playing on repeat.
You can leave it. We'll start off with cheaper, mid, and expensive. Yes. You turn it up at the section that you would like.
Right. Turn it down for cheap if you feel like you've been real good this year. I want you to turn it up in about 30 minutes.
But we actually asked the group, and you guys came through with
interesting things. I know you think we're going to say, and we are, and they're included in that, like the typical things. But
ones that had not occurred to me. So I thought they were good. So I'm excited about this podcast.
Do you have most of the stuff on the list? Nate, you can turn down the podcast. I know you never listened to us a day in your life.
You know what's so annoying now? Is this illegal? Maybe I'll get him in trouble. Here's the place, though. He opens my packages now. It lines the contents up for me.
This is the new thing. I'm thinking, it's not like you're doing anything, man. You're hardly showering. So you're not running around with a guy. But I think there's a high you get.
I think he's getting a contact. Yeah, he's taking that joy away from me.
Yeah.
It'll be ripped open and just sitting on the counter in the little plastic piece.
Really?
Yeah, but the box will be gone.
Oh, he's getting rid of the box. I heard it, and I've only been in deadbeat relationships, so who am I to know? That the men are supposed to cut the boxes up.
He is supposed to cut the boxes up.
But the joy... You cut your own boxes up, you little brat.
No, I'll just cut the tape at the top.
That's ridiculous. And then what do you do with the boxes?
Stack them all downstairs by the desk.
Really?
Yeah.
you know what? That's actually a great one to add to the cheap list. That box cutter.
That is a good one.
Okay, I'll add it. Keep talking.
Yeah, but Nate loves to open my packages now, so I can't sneak anything into the house. He's literally opening them all. And it will just be like, you know, Amazon's sending the little paper bags. Yeah. Like, he'll just like have literally peeked in there. And then it'll be.
Bag?
Yep. With whatever's in the box.
So
we'll take the boxes, yeah.
Weird. Yeah, I'll be honest, it is confusing to know where to recycle it. Sometimes they come brown, sometimes they come white. I'm going to read this list. So Corrie, these are by you guys for you guys. But we've had our own little
and I'll explain each one as we go. So the people hearing, you know.
Exactly. You have now 0 excuses. Please turn down the podcast if you don't want to end up on Santa's naughty list for not buying these. But we thought about cheaper. So these are the stocking stuffer levels, the kids who don't have that big old paycheck but want to get mom or dad to bake or something. Yes. And then people who, like, you're a cousin of a baker. You can't show up empty-handed.
Yes.
But you also have no...
Yes.
The problem, and Corrie and I talked about this, when somebody gets into a hobby, you want to buy them something for that hobby.
Here's the thing. It's great when they're starting out because they have nothing.
Nothing. But when you guys have a lot of it, then we're buying... Our mom is a carder.
Our gift card maker.
Not a gift card. Like a card.
Gift card.
She's a gift card vendor. She makes cards.
They're carders.
Yeah, so she will make little paper designs, and they're very cute.
Very cute.
So then you'd think, okay, that's her hobby. Let's get her some. But everything I've ever gotten her, she has it.
And she's so picky now.
And she doesn't
she has a style.
A style. And we don't know what we're doing. We just know that she likes this generic stuff. But and gift cards are great. I was watching a news segment yesterday, and they said still to this day, people actually prefer gift cards. However, I'm team, it doesn't feel like I cared.
Some people are, it feels like weird. You're in the checkout line at the grocery store.
I forgot. We're really, here's a visa. It's not $100
especially
cash
when it says 50 to 500 and you write 200.
You circle the 50. Okay, so these are a little bit of effort, but not a ton out of your wallet ideas.
Yes.
So we're going to start. I'm just going to read through this. These are very interesting. I thought somebody had some great ideas.
Yeah.
A Spotify subscription.
I love listening to the Baking It Down podcast with Sugar Cookie Marketing while I'm baking, but a Spotify subscription for like a year. I think they're having them now. The sales. Okay. You can tune into anything business. Obviously, this podcast.
I think you guys are all listening to murders.
True crime.
Oh, Amazon, $100. Oh, you can get it at Target. So you can get in any denomination as low as $30.
Oh, nice.
That's really nice. Mm-hmm. If you have, my little pro tip, this is not a gift. If you have a kid that is in college, you can get Spotify Student for $5.99 a month. It includes Hulu with ads for free.
Does Spotify have ads?
No. That's an actual Spotify account. I think you get it for a year and then you have to prove it again. Just by having a .edu email.
Question. Yeah. I am an iPhone person now.
Okay.
So I have whatever iTunes.
Gross.
Or Apple Podcasts.
Nobody likes that stuff.
You can listen to it for free.
I registered us there.
So, but would I need Spotify if I have Apple Podcasts, or is that more of a Android thing?
Consider this. Spotify is a paid app across every device, right? Mm-hmm. Apple Podcast is kind of included in your guys' devices.
I think so.
But as a podcast creator, I have to submit my podcast to certain places.
So it's not always approved across all.
Right. So consider that Apple is not very Apple is not as popular as, although I'll say everyone's listening to us on Apple devices. Yeah. I don't think Apple podcast app is as popular as Spotify.
I love the way Spotify sets up my playlist.
I really like it too. It's one of the few subscriptions I'll go to my grave.
Yeah.
Listening to my Spotify Wrapped.
Yes.
That was a banger. That was a good one.
So that's a good start.
And any denomination between, it looks like you can go as low as $10 a month all the way up to $100.
Nice.
That'd be nice. So you just get them a gift card. They create their subscription, so you're not on the hook for that. That'd be weird. Sorry, Christmas is over. So you're free listening. You can't get somebody a recurring subscription.
It's on our list. We'll get to it.
Okay, next up, and this is an interesting idea, an Amazon hand massager. I'm all for letting the robots massage my body.
I have to tell you, I was going to bring it today and I forgot. Really? You know, how we carry stress right here in our shoulders.
Pointing the shoulder.
Yeah, our shoulder area.
Isn't that traps?
Trapezius muscles. I got this massager and it literally feels like someone's doing this.
Bring it to me.
I thought it's going to be my twin twist. I thought I was being stolen from. I said, wow, this was $100 lesson learned.
I think I need that. I got so much. Oh.
And I got it.
Really?
Yeah. It was a box that had been picked 52 times.
You know, listen, if you have a spouse or significant other and you're like, can you massage me? I feel like there's strings attached there.
Always.
So give me a robot overlord. There's no strings attached. I got this one time a couple of years ago, probably 7 years ago. I had this neck pain, slept on a pillow wrong. But you know when the neck pain is so shooting that you can't look left or right when you need to make a turn?
Your turn.
And when you do, it's a punishment. It's like the sharpest pain.
Yeah.
To the point I said, listen, if the cure is $1 million, I'll make payments. So I went to Bed Bath & Beyond. So you know this was a while ago. Also, Bed Bath & Beyond's resurgence as this online expensive store. What?
Yeah, Bed Bath and I'm broke.
Bed Bath & Beyond me. But I went there. I got these pillows. I laid on the ground at a Bed Bath & Beyond because my neck hurt so bad. I really needed a pillow to solve it. Weird. But I got this robot massagey thing.
Didn't you let me borrow it?
Yeah, and I said, give it back to me. Unlike my heat patch, you never gave it back, so I had to get another one. But I love, so the Amazon hand massager, you stick your hand in it, I suppose.
Yes.
And it massages, and I was telling my fan about it, like this is the season of carpal tunnel.
I will say, my hands were hurting.
Didn't you say it was the first year you felt pain in your wrist?
During my corporate girl year.
Oh, the corporate girl year. The corporate girl profits. So the Amazon hand massager, I thought that was a great idea. Stocking stuff for an entry-level gift. I guarantee you not a lot of bakers have it. I'm pretty sure a lot of them would want to use it.
Yeah. I thought that was a very unique.
Great idea. You have vanilla beans for extract?
Because someone actually put that on there. Do I know how to make my own vanilla extract? No, but did they say if you make your own, it's so much better?
But don't these things have to like mull for...
Marinate?
Yeah, for like a year.
I think that it gets better with time.
Me too.
Maybe if you shake it,
Call me a vanilla bean.
If you shake it, it will make it go faster.
Dissipate into the
I did see that.
That's a great idea.
And
so
there's a group on Facebook called Ingrid's, I'm going to just call it maybe Vanilla Bean.
I'm actually in it.
Facebook group, but she tells you how to make it.
But you can buy it from them too.
Need vanilla beans.
Vanilla bean groups. Boop. Okay, what are you? Indri's, INDRI''S.
Oh, wow, I definitely said that wrong.
Did you say Ingrid?
Yeah, I did.
Indri's Vanilla Bean group and has 138,000 members. But I'm in the group, and I think it has... You can buy them straight from her. Like
and they say that's like... There's A team, B team, C team.
Okay, well, that'd be a great... I mean, I guess depending on how much you want to spend, you can find some starter stuff. I added this one, Stupid Card Tray. It's called the Stupid Card Tray. Corrie has it. I think she likes it more than her son.
It is so
in her passenger
handy.
Seat. Consider this. This is the best example. When you put a pizza in your passenger seat or the back seat and there's an angle where the cheese starts to slide, this levels that out. But it also includes like a cup holder and a strap down for the products. Cookies.
Yeah. So you can strap it to your chair. So if you're driving like Heather down the road.
Waterproof. Like it's plastic. So spills on it, just wash them off.
Absolutely. And it has a rubber edge so nothing goes past it. I use it for my purse, car keys, cakes.
I'll be honest. I don't even deliver cookies, but just that slant in that passenger seat, which is just a glorified shelf, it would be nice to have a couple under there.
And a lot of times they do buy one, get one.
I wonder if they're running that. What are they called?
Stupid Card Tray.
I wonder what their... sales are Stupid Card Tray organizer with large cup holder.
That is definitely buy two, get one free.
Just add 3 to your cart plus 20% off your total order. BLK20.
I want to say it's around $20 for one, if I recall.
Oh, look at these! It has add-ons now. A custom mug bundle, the drink holder bundle. Look, it has an extra.
I know.
That could be. I think I have to get me one. But pretty interesting. Oh, it has the pizzas. Oh, great for delivering coffee. Strap down the coffee holder.
You can strap it down there.
Okay, that's really a good one. How much are they just by themselves?
I think $20.
40.
Wow, inflation.
One of those Black Friday sales. Very surprised. Not a bad bet, though. And then you can get 20% off of that. So
I do use that all the time.
You really do?
I do.
It's a great gift. It's a conversation starter. It should have been my white elephant gift.
Oh.
Ender 3 Pro. Okay, so my cheap, granted, this isn't cheap in terms of the comparison of prices here, but if you are saying somebody wants to get into 3D printing, this would be the cheapest option. I find that most of the Ender printers are the cheapest options you can find, and for a reason. There's a learning curve. They don't have a lot of the add-ons that the other printers have, and I'll have the more expensive recommendations, but if you want an entry-level Ender 3 Pro, I think you could get it on sale for around $150, $125.
Yeah.
It would be... You could print
everyone who bought a bamboo is putting theirs up for sale, so you might be able to get it cheaper.
Nobody's selling that thing, buddy. They're taking it to the grave. They love them.
The Ender?
You said it. Oh, putting
I literally saw you help someone price one out.
$100. I would say if you wanted to give a used gift, I'm never opposed to used stuff, especially when they're pre-assembled and you know they work.
Amen.
Yeah, so I would say if you bought a used one, if you could just have them show you that can print something, like maybe send them a cookie cutter file, prove it, prove that this thing works.
I would like the Andra and the cookie cutter, please.
Just give me the cookie cutter. I don't want the printer anymore. It's the biggest racket in the world. Okay, this one was an interesting idea. It's again a gift card, but a gift card with care. UberEats for busy days so that the baker can get delivery.
Yeah, so either like if you have a, Christmas is coming. Well, I guess this is a Christmas gift. Valentine's Day is coming. And you're like, I just can't even think about what's for dinner tonight. You can use your UberEats gift card, get something in for the fam. And
which I'm sure you might feel like it's weird, but I think a baker would be like, oh, this will be solid.
Absolutely. Gift card's weird, but a gift card with purpose.
Yeah, intention.
And this is what it was on a lot of people's lists.
Yeah, it's a great idea. At the end of the day, that segment said people still do want gift cards because they can choose what they want. But this is a gift card for a baker who is busy.
Yes.
Who probably doesn't make dinner.
And they can cash in later.
Unfortunately, yesterday I was supposed to teach a Facebook Live in the Cookie College group, but no, it was supposed to be December 4th. I forgot to change the time.
Yeah, I was wondering because I was like, I can't wait. And
this one lady's like, I threw some cereal at my kids and ran to my computer.
So horrendous.
So you should be getting an Uber Eats gift card. Okay, Corrie has this as a cheaper option, a Royal Batch 1-pounder.
Hey.
Meringue powder.
Things that you use up.
You'll use it. So Corrie and I are talking about that. When it's somebody who's established in their hobby and maybe now it's a business, it's kind of hard to gift them something they don't already have. But anything that has an expiration date or a use-by date, you can definitely re-gift it.
If you gave me a Royal Batch, I would use it because I'm always using it.
Even if you just bought it.
Absolutely. It would get used. So
never a bad idea to do a meringue powder for a baker because they're going to need it again.
Just
would it be weird to do like a bag of powdered sugar?
Someone did say that. I don't know. That's more like of a...
There's like
Does it have a hole in the side?
They always
leaking out a little bit.
That's right there.
I would say before you buy the meringue powder, just look in there. You'll see the word meringue powder on whatever the baker in your life is using. You've probably seen
that.
Try
to match the brand they already
match the brand.
What, Judy's, Genie's, Royal Batch.
There's so many.
Is there something from
Sunnyside is the Hob one. Wilton's.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, maybe if you could peruse her cupboard.
We just made all the bakers' significant others start sweating when we were like, here's 50
Use code
names.
TWINS at checkout a Royal Batch to save 10%. Acrylic turntable.
Okay,
what if they already had one? Do you need more than one?
There's different styles.
Oh, okay.
Like I will say the Sweetest Tears has sparkly ones.
Oh, vibes. So these are for people, let me ask you, is this for people who want ease of decorating or for people who want to make Instagram videos?
Both.
Do you use it typically?
Do I have many? Yes. Do I use them at all? No.
I knew that was a weird confession because of how many words you added to yes and no.
I have so many.
Why don't you use it when you decorate? Because you're shifting the dude around.
I don't know why I don't use it.
I know that some people, and this is a pretty interesting idea, they'll get a custom acrylic tray with their Instagram handle on it. That way in every video, it
shows the name.
Yeah, and it can drive traffic.
I will say I was icing a ornament cutter cookie the other night, and I iced it, and I hit it just in a way that the icing made the cookie turn while I was icing it, and I said, that was very convenient.
There you go.
But I need one that I can press a little button and it spins for me.
That would be intense. Okay, you have a skincare, specifically hand creams.
Okay, I will say, because you're washing your hands so much, my hands, if I do not put on some sort of cream, I will have, what is all those little hangnails? It makes me look like a little kid.
Oh, yeah, word you're looking for is ew.
Yeah, so hand creams are great, especially we have now colder weather.
Yeah, it's a double whammy. Busy season, colder weather. Yeah. So somebody had recommended Duke Cannon's hand cream. I didn't see what the name was specifically.
Bloody Knuckles.
Follow that for the bacon. Then you have aprons. I know you can get expensive aprons.
You can
There's that brand.
Something Hadley.
Yeah.
June Hadley.
But for cheaper, you could. There's. Okay, let me ask you. If somebody already has an apron, do they want another one?
I think themed aprons.
Okay.
Like wearing fun. Like a Christmas one.
You were doing theme aprons for the classes.
And then I said, you know what? This is a lot of storage. Taking up a lot of space.
Not a bad bet, though.
You can buy very inexpensive ones from Home Goods, TJ Maxx, over in their kitchen area wares department.
Odds are that. I'm going to say I'm going to say don't do this. Of all these on the list, this would be my least favorite because I feel like if they wanted one, they have one. If they don't have one, they didn't want one.
Listen, if you are a collector of aprons, you want more.
Okay, apron people yelling at your podcast.
Yeah, they're like, listen, if she loves an apron.
Okay, here's my thing. Spouse listening to this. If she or he has a lot of aprons, go to the apron route. If they have no aprons, they knew aprons existed.
But are they an apron snob? Like, will you have to
go? Again, the wild card. Aprons.
I think aprons with pockets. Handy.
Oh, absolutely.
I saw someone wear an apron almost look like a blouse.
Oh, it was a shirt. I watched her. She came to class with an apron. Joe, she's extremely nice. But Corrie, it was a whole shirt apron. I was at the point you're just wearing another shirt on your shirt, which you're not supposed to. You had it cut out.
Do I wear aprons? No.
But you also covered in ring power, and you said
I am. I do wear them sometimes for class because I can put the little scissor in my pocket.
There. Otherwise, we're constant state of
where's the scissors? I might need I might need a decent apron.
An apron. Okay.
An apron.
Not to be confused with an apron. Okay, Corrie has this one now. I think this one's a risky click for you people who want to gift and ditch.
Click?
Yeah, cookie cutter subscription boxes.
Okay.
Here's the benefit. Pros and cons.
Pros and cons.
They don't have it.
You don't have it
because
these are new.
Subscription boxes are always new. So if you buy the cookie cutter for the baker in your life, you buy the subscription box, guarantee they don't have it because they always have to technically be new.
Cons. You know how you can't. Some of them,
and that is what they didn't want.
Some of them you can buy 3 or 6 months at one time, and it's not.
Goodness, 3 and 6 months. We're trying to be cheap here.
Maybe you can buy 1 month.
Okay, let's.
It's on your end though. You can't cancel it.
Yeah, I wonder if you. Yeah, I would say buy one. Cancel.
I used to have a cutter subscription box for a long time of this one brand, and I won't say it. But I ended up hating every single cutter from it.
Corrie, hate is such a strong word.
And they will be gifted to the class attendees. I just went through them all.
Why? What makes you hate them?
I was like, I've never ever reached for one from this business.
Oh.
Never reached for a shape. Rude. That's the one thing with the cutter subscription box. Like if it's a theme you've never done, no one's ever asking for it. No one has ever, unfortunately, asked me for a circus theme. So I'll have these cutters. And I'm like, well, gosh darn it. They've just been sitting for years.
Okay. And now I feel like you said don't do that.
But if you're like, I want to get them cutters.
If you get one box, they're not going to be mad. It's still a fun vibe.
Here's the thing. They'll have nothing to open on Christmas Day.
Corrie.
Because this subscription starts after. Like you'll get it the following month.
Scrapping it, leaving it this. But I'm going to say if you're listening to this podcast now, go to get an apron. Heat sealer.
Do a lot of us have a heat sealer?
Yes. Okay, hold it. Heat sealer with the cut in it.
I don't like it.
Why?
I have
it. A lot of people really like it.
Leaves a little tuft. It's not tough less.
There's a heat sealer. If you guys don't know what this is, people listening to this, when you get a cello bag and you put the cookie in it, you need to seal it so that the air can't reach it. It actually makes cookies last for a very long time. Great for DIY kits, great for deliveries. So you put the cookie in this heat press. It has to be a heat sealable bag. It'll press it, and that thing is closed.
It's
almost have to get a sister to reopen it.
You're going to turn into the Hulk.
You cannot open it
and rip it open.
I tried teeth and everything.
I know.
So heat sealers come in the typical one. I think around $30 if I'm honest.
That was before inflation.
Oh my god!
Yeah, we're upwards $50.
Inflation is killing the baking world. They come with heat sealers that cut off the overhang.
But listen, I got it thinking it would cut off all the overhang. Oh, it leaves like
you gotta have a sealed part.
Yeah, but I can cut it closer if I cut it.
Anyways, a lot of people like it. Some people don't. Another flop. This is the world's worst.
I have just a traditional heat sealer, and when I heat seal it, it heats so hot that I can just fold it back and you don't see it.
My thought of this, even if they already have a heat sealer, the amount of posts I see from people saying that theirs went bad and they needed to change a heating element, but they're desperate. I don't know that it's a worse idea to have a backup.
I believe have a backup.
Okay, so I think yours went the way of the dodo once in a desperate attempt.
Mine is never dodo.
You're a little light blue guy?
My guy has always just been light and blue.
Corrie let me in charge of the heat sealing at the cookie was.
Like when the thing comes up. Bing, 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 bing.
Oh, didn't do enough. We have cute baking teas. Easy entry. Cute. I would go for not a Christmas theme since I will be getting them on Christmas. So we will be heading towards the holiday Easter season. Yeah. So kind of the generic ones like your local cookie dealer, always a good idea. In the Vendy blend, we had domestic cookies and bakery Tico. Probably a safe bet there.
Yeah, you can't go wrong there.
I would steer clear of holiday-themed ones because the holiday will be over by the time I get it.
But can you wear whatever you want? Absolutely.
We can tell that you don't care what anyone thinks. Scribes, cheaper scribes.
Scribes, you cannot go wrong.
Okay, I got to ask. Can you have too many scribes? I feel like the answer is yes. I saw the video you did on how many. There's no way you'd need that many.
It's whatever vibe you're feeling that day.
So I will say this. If you have a baker in your life who is posting to social media, can't go wrong with scribes that are themed and fun.
Yeah, absolutely. If it's a Valentine's Day scribe and Valentine's Day is coming up.
That'll be very vibey. If they're not on social media yet, I think this is still a fun vibe. The scribes are customized.
Scribes are just fun.
Yeah, they're fun. They customize the beads.
It's like a Pokemon.
Disney scribes.
Got to collect them all.
Okay. In our class, we used a cheapy Amazon scribes.
Listen, I don't want to have one or two.
You like them pointy, long, cheapo.
You know when you're like stressed and you're like, I just need something. I'll just like grab. I have 52 billion of them.
What you doing? Ring light.
A ring light.
Let me ask you this. You said a ring light for lighting. You can get them pretty cheap, around $20 on Amazon.
You sure can.
Are you using it to cast light onto your decorating? Because ring lights, when I think of ring lights, I'm thinking of selfies.
Well, the canvas lamp, which you should add this to our list, has a ring light on it.
Cheap. My foot fell asleep.
Well, I'm just saying, if you can use it for light, if you're only decorating at night and you need some light, by all means.
God forbid we turn on the overheads that are built into the house.
But if you go into my cookie room, there's not one overhead
light.
Here's
my thing. If you don't have enough light,
or nothing.
If you don't have enough light, it becomes the only thing you think it becomes the ultimate frustration to need light and not have it.
Yeah.
So a ring light, you're saying a ring light over a lamp, but not the shop canvas lamp. We'll talk about that one.
I'm saying just a ring light to illuminate your space. Okay. Shoot video with it. Put your face out there.
Idea. Putting your face in a video bakers does get a lot more views.
It does.
Ring light, great idea. You can get them on Amazon. If you wanted a more expensive one, you can look on B&H, but keep in mind a lot of that stuff on Amazon is there too. I mean, when you go to lighting, you can get really expensive.
Oh, you sure can. Like
AmeriColor Baker's Basics.
So AmeriColor gels, love them. Use them all the time. They have different levels that you can buy, and there's the basics box, and it comes with with the primary colors.
Because you can buy these one-offs.
Oh, you can buy the one.
Yeah, so if you're like, okay, but to give somebody one gel kind of feels
one gel
Visa gift card, $10.
But you can get these. You can either make your own little box.
Oh,
you can
really?
and it'll come in a little box.
So let me ask you, a baker, if I was gifting you the small box and I had to customize my colors, do you want obscure colors or common colors?
If you, for me personally, who is horrendous at not grabbing bright pink and leaf green.
So you want obscure colors.
If you got cute colors that went together, like took the guesswork out of it.
Oh man, you're making us think as a gifties.
I'm saying, but the basic baker's one, it comes as just the primary color. So if you don't want to think.
Which is a great bet because you have to use them. Again, one of those ones that you have to use.
Yeah, so you're going to use it regardless.
Okay.
It's a great gift to buy the most advanced and the beginner.
I'm sure it's a great thing for beginner.
Oh, I would say that would have been amazing.
Okay, edible ink markers, same vibe. I know those bad boys dry out.
They do dry out all the time.
So Corrie has edible ink markers that she uses for herself, but we also use them in some of our cookie classes. By the time one class ends and the next class comes back, they're dried out. So we'd have to buy more. But they're edible ink, so meaning you can write on the cookies and then eat them. Great thing to have.
Eat the marker.
But great thing to have because they're in a constant state of drying out. So even if they already had them.
I think
you did a edible marker off.
I did. No, I didn't.
No?
No. I was going to.
That's a great idea.
People who are listening, fine tip edible markers.
Fine tip.
Hard to come by.
Okay, what she's saying is fine, F-I-N-E tip. That means it's a very fine tip to do details.
Yeah. One I'm going to suggest that I've been using lately, drip color. Fine tip. Edible marker.
Okay, wow.
Preferably black. That's what most of them will use.
What was the other options?
They come in green and blue and red.
Oh, interesting. Yes. Okay, that's a good one. How much is one? I don't think they're the cheapest things.
They're not the cheapest things. You're thinking about $5 a pen.
Yeah, not bad. But what a specific baker gift that will be
and
used.
they will use it. Yeah. Regardless if they're new or old.
You add a little bit of pen stroke on some of these cookies and it wakes them right up.
You know, a little. I've been doing now freckles. Little freckies.
That's not a bad idea.
Cute.
Little smile, little eyebrows. Just change a little the shape of everything.
If you don't have to make an additional color, like black for black eyebrows and a smile.
Does it bleed?
If you don't do it incorrectly, it will not. If you do it before the cookie is dry, it can suck the moisture down.
Darn it.
It'll be a bloody smile.
Okay. Small Fisker scissors for cutting.
I have so many scissors. I love small scissors.
Yes, those seamstress scissors seems to be the move.
The seamstress
kind of where they're a little delicate little.
I did a review on my favorite one. Okay. I can't remember the brand, but Mom had given it. It was for card people, and I brought it.
Smart.
Yeah, it's so sharp.
Ruth
so
Ann
small.
has a scissor, and I'm like, at this point, my teeth are more effective at opening things. Throw it away.
Yeah, it has to cut.
It doesn't.
Yeah,
the thing thinks about cutting.
Sorry. I did.
Corey's clutching. Coffee mug warmer. What an interesting one from Amazon. So It's not a baking themed thing, but it is for the baker in your life who sets the coffee down, zones in on the cookie, and goes back to a cold brew.
Yeah. They did not want iced coffee.
And they got it. So this cute little idea.
Yeah, little mug warmer.
Yeah, and I think the odds of people having this are pretty low.
Yeah.
If they did have, you probably would have seen it.
But a good out of the box idea.
Out of the box, interesting, cheap enough to seem like it cares still.
If they quit baking, they can still use it.
Drink away their sorrows. Really hot tequila. Rubber spatulas.
Okay. So many people had put that on the list.
This is a weird one to me because, Corey, you said you yourself have 15 billion.
Yeah, but you can't ever have too many.
Are they breaking?
I'm going to tell you what I don't want, and correct me if I'm wrong, bakers in the world. I don't want ones with wooden handles and a silicone end. I want them all to be silicone and to have the little metal part within that silicone.
So it because I can see people are like, this came off.
Because it comes off.
So the wood and the silicone together aren't making enough contact.
And wood is harder to clean. It's just a pain in the bun.
Can I ask you the end shape? I
am picky with my end shape.
Yeah, don't you want it to match the bowl shape so you can scramble?
That's what I like.
Sizes, big, small. I know there's a lot of
I like small
sizes.
ones.
Why?
Because when you're mixing colors, you need a small
colors.
batch.
So I think when you think spatula, you think in the dough, but we're not there.
In my mind, I'm thinking
small.
icing colors.
Are you using a spatula for the dough?
Do I use a spatula for the dough? To get it out, yes. And to mix it as I'm going. But that's a big old spatch.
So any size works. But you'd say if the baker already has a spatch, go for a small spatch, fully silicone. Where can I get those? Like Target?
Amazon.
The Zon.
The Zon
comes in.
I will say the Cookie Countess sells the little ones too. I have seen it on her
Speaking of Cookie Countess, you have Cookie Countess rolling pin. Now, is that the adjustable ends rolling pin?
Not adjustable. She came out with a fully wooden one with handles.
Why do we want that? I thought the raised was that metal one with the pins at the end that allowed you to.
But if it's harder to roll because you're rolling right here in the center.
Okay, so
she came out with
in your guys' brain. I want you to picture out the rolling pin that your grandma had. That's what Corey's talking about.
Yeah,
that's
but
the one
not.
You want.
Yeah, it's like carved into it.
Okay,
so it's carved as a fourth. You're not changing it. If you're like, I'm always rolling it as a fourth.
For the non-bakers, when you roll dough, depending on the pressure you apply to the pin, is how thin the dough is going to get. Mm-hmm. Well, a lot of bakers like to stay consistent because it allows them for even baking. These new age rolling pins have these adjustable end heights. They're plastic, and you can replace them. But a lot of people didn't want those. They tend to break because they're plastic.
It's harder on your arms to do it because there's no handle on it.
Yeah, they don't have the rolling part of the pin. You're doing pressure on it.
I do love it. It's called a Joseph & Joseph rolling pin. You can get it on Amazon.
Okay. Would you switch to this Cookie Countess wooden one?
Because I have no storage that would fit that big of a pin. No. But it is an extra large pin, so you can cover a ton of surface area.
And it already has the height set. So you have to be a 1/4 of an inch cookie baker.
I think she has 3 different sizes, so you can choose.
And then you like the pressure you can apply to the handle without putting the pressure in the middle.
It's less.
So you don't have to change your grip really.
Yeah, it's less work on you, and it covers more surface area because it's so big.
Not a bad idea. So somebody, if they wanted to get that new rolling pin, obviously every baker has a rolling pin. You have to have one. Mm-hmm. They would find the rolling pin that they currently have. Odds are, if it's a Joseph & Joseph, it has the height set. Look at what the height is, and
see
find that one.
You could find it.
Okay.
And she's super fast with shipping.
Yeah. Would a baker ever change their thickness?
Most likely not.
Why are you guys so hell-bent on it?
Because when you finally get something that works, and
I think there's a lot of moving pieces. So when you can solidify
when your customers are like, I love the dough to icing ratio. Those are your like, ding, ding, ding. Okay,
so think about it this way, non-bakers. I'll be your guide. When you put your tried and tested recipe in the oven and you know that 12 and a half minutes is the amount of time, that is based on the thickness of that cookie. It's also based on the recipe. It's also based on many things. But if you can firm up, well, at least I know the size of my cookie is consistent. That's why you wouldn't want to switch them off in the middle. So if you don't know what size that are, include that receipt so they can return on it. Filament. This one was mine. If you know that a baker in your life is a 3D printer, they already have one, I can guarantee you they're running through filament. Some people are particular about the filament that they use. The easiest way is to go down and see what the spool says. However, if the filament box is not open yet, do not open it. It is heat sealed for a reason.
What if they tuned out right after you said that? When you're like, go check it. And then they're like gone.
Running down there like, they told me to check it. They come back and they're like, and that's everything you need to know. I prefer, so there is allegedly food safe filament that the other theory
of that, they're not using food safe.
Here's the thing: you're putting it into the oven, so it doesn't matter what it is.
I like internet fights.
Okay, you guys fight over the filament. I use bamboo printers, basic PLA.
Is it
food safe? I don't know. Fight me in the comments. I'll go fight you in the comments. But I would say that filament is constantly in a state of being used. It also ages, so even if they have a ton of filament, if it's really old and they didn't store it correctly, it will not be usable.
Does a cutter age? Like if it's been filamented?
If you hit it in the sun. The problem why filament ages is it has to go through that printer itself, and it cracks before it ever gets to the printer. So once it's already extruded and heated up, you're pretty good. Those can
have
age.
A request?
No, she's holding a cookie cutter.
Anyways, I would like if you decided on a specific heather color.
No,
and went with it.
No, you just want to know which is my crappy prints.
No, yours aren't crappy. This is quality. No, look how fun it is. This little piece right there.
I didn't put the glue down.
No, this is great. It's just hard to, like, when I'm swimming.
Let me tell you what happened. I have the bamboo printer. I have 4 different filaments. I wanted yours to be orange.
Yeah.
But the filament, I didn't store them right, and it broke.
You can't.
So I switched to yellow.
You've got either print more cutters or store it correctly. I don't want to hear this.
I don't like that you're talking to me like
you're wasteful.
So that's the thing. Filament has to be kept dehydrated. And oftentimes when we got temperature changes and heat changes.
I think you are casting off your accidents as Mother Nature.
You listen, champ there, bucko. You needed a cutter.
I needed a cutter.
An obscure shape you should never have sold to the client and came begging. What was your text last night?
How many times have I submitted it to you? Sorry to do that.
Like yellow
Sorry to do that thing, but I'm gonna do that tomorrow.
See, you liked my yellow filament yesterday.
I like it. I'm just saying, if you had a color, it'd be easier
I've
for
rejected
me to
that idea.
Okay.
Please buy me any color. Bamboo. If your spouse or baker has a bamboo printer, bamboo filament includes an RFID chip that the printer can read, which I like. Neat. This one I just added while you were talking. Universal Bosch mixer attachments or bowls. So here's what I was saying. So the Bosch affiliate sale ended yesterday, but somebody was like, hey, I have the white color, but I like the metal bowl. So I upgraded to the metal bowl on my white Universal.
Can you do that?
I don't know. I'm just reading the comments too. Why wouldn't they be different? They're the same machine, just in a different color.
Okay, well, the Artiste and the Bosch do not.
No. So that within the Universal Plus mixer, there's this finish of like metal.
Yeah, there's a stainless steel.
And then there's that typical white.
Plastic.
Yeah, plastic finish. And the person was like, I like the white price, but I wanted the stainless steel bowl because it set up my dough better or something, she said.
I'll just tell you guys, if you're thinking, I did get the Artiste, which is a plastic bowl, and I do have the Universal, which is the sterling silver. Is that
sterling silver?
I fancy it.
It is the 14 karat
platinum. The platinum bowl.
Where's Swarovski crystal? What is the word I'm looking for? Stainless steel.
Stainless silver. Pure silver. When you're creaming your butter and your sugar, sometimes the plastic will just be pushing it in a circle. Ain't nothing being creamed.
That's what she was saying.
Yeah, but it catches more on the pure gold.
My thought is, okay, universal, plus they have to have a universal mixer. If they have a KitchenAid, disregard this. But they have a lot of attachments that I think people could use.
I don't.
But specifically the bowls seem to be. If they have the white Bosch universal plus mixer, you could get them the stainless steel bowl, allegedly.
Yeah.
And that would be
you say white. I don't understand this.
Plastic?
You're saying white plastic. It's the Nutrimil is what the white one is called. And
Really?
Bosch is the silver one.
Okay, I didn't realize they weren't the same company. People are
I
like,
think they're honestly the same
but
company.
somebody was like, they're not.
The affiliates go to both.
I do not
Yeah,
understand.
I don't know.
Someone's like, it's not by Bosch, it's by Nutrimil. Like,
Yeah, Nutrimil makes
the
our teeth
website,
stay.
the one person sends the
Listen,
links.
I don't know.
I don't know either. It is, and
If you were Googling this, we apologize.
people are yelling, Universal Bosch. They ran an affiliate program. People asked us if we could sign up for it because that genius on marketing on their behalf. You cannot get these discounts unless it is through an affiliate.
No, you could buy it from their website.
Really?
Yeah,
People are
I
buying
thought
it on
that was
Amazon.
so rude.
Someone did message me last night and she was like, hey, I wanted you guys to get the kickback because you helped break it down for us.
Nice.
But I'm in Puerto Rico and they don't ship here. So I did get it on Amazon. I just want to let you know I was thinking about it. You needed a fly to America. That was very nice. Then we have, added this one while we were talking. The box cutter from Amazon. I saw it on TikTok. It just Google box cutter Amazon. If you don't have a husband where you can stack your boxes, this thing makes cutting up boxes for recycling so much easier, and it will make your recycling day not be such a desperate wait.
Yeah, so your recycling people won't hate you.
Almost a therapeutic, dare I say? I'm chopping up anything. I'm chopping up just small slivers.
We have this box cutter. His name is Ray.
Oh,
He likes to rip them up.
It's Corey's dog. He likes the boxes.
Oh, if you say, "Are you gonna get it?" He will. He will
You know
show
that
off.
dude's serving you. No. He's like, I'll protect you from this box. He's not enjoying himself. He's trying to.
If you don't
pay rent,
look at it and you just put a box down, he won't get it. But if you're like, "Is that
see,
a
he doesn't want to do
a box?"
He sends you some really cute bulldog TikToks.
Okay, that's why I was wondering why I have bulldogs for in my feed. Really,
Just to let you know. Here we go. $2 transfer club. Now, this is a pitch to us, but here's the thing. It's $2. Okay, that's a little too cheap to look like a good gift, but stay the course. If you printed and laminated them, which you could do if you have a printer and a laminator, the $2 transfers laminated makes actually a fantastic, affordable gift. I'm sure laminated paper is pretty expensive, but do back to back. I did this for Corrie when I printed them. Do one printer on the front. The snake's active. I got the snake, and he was supposed to be a mellow snake and play dead. Instead, he rips apart the entire cage.
Angry.
Yeah, he's never been that
I thought
angry
I
for
walked
5
in
years.
here today. I thought he had died, so I like popped my head over, scared the bejesus
That dude
out
is
of him.
has so much animosity. He'd rather die than die.
He's never flipped and played dead once.
No,
What a waste.
Yep. This is a snake. It's a hognose. The reason why I got him is because they're notorious for playing dead to elude being eaten. So I was like, super excited.
Yeah, it'd be so
and
cool
like,
to scare him out of his
yeah,
wits.
so I go to scream. This dude scared me out of my wits. They don't hiss.
He's bit Heather multiple times.
Once. They have only 2 tiny little teethers.
But a little bit of any.
But not enough to hurt it would do a frog in.
Oh, a little bit of any.
So this little snake, I thought they're kind of malformed for whatever reason, so they don't know how to hiss. Like a typical hissing.
No.
But he knows how to snort because their noses are so big. And but so funny, like my cousin's boyfriend came over and he wanted to see the snakes, trying to act all cool and impress her and stuff.
Yeah.
So the one thing about snakes that you keep as pets is don't drop them. It's their whole body.
And they'll
lose trust.
Like have PTSD.
Yeah, so they won't. So I said to the dude, I said, hey, just don't, try not to drop the animal I've raised for 5 years. But it snorted. And I'll say.
Did he drop it?
Oh my goodness.
On his belly?
And this little dude's like, I thought you'd drop me anyways. Yeah, on his little belly.
That's so funny.
He's still alive.
All right, go back to our list because I have to go to the restroom.
$2 transfers, laminated and printed.
Yes.
I think
and you can take it to a lamination place like FedEx.
Don't be on the hook for the subscription. That is a subscription, but sign up, print them, and immediately cancel. So you're $2 in.
For the $2. I thought you said for FedEx. They got you on the hook for
Please send my stuff faster. So I would think that would be a pretty low entry.
And that would be so fun. And the bakers will use it year after year.
Yeah,
because
when
the
they're
laminated.
Yeah.
Makes
and then
it,
if you're like, well, is that not food safe? Put a parchment over it, the laminated one, but the lamination is going to allow them to last.
Yeah. Or you could put an acetate sheet or a cello bag.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the acetate sheet
It's clear.
is pretty cheap. So you can get a pack of acetate sheets, what, like 50 for $10 or something?
Yeah, it's super cheap on Amazon.
Then print these off.
Yeah.
Just your printer and $2 to buy them. Mid-grade gifts.
We're on the mid-grade. Okay, guys who want mid-grade things, turn your volume up.
Guys who want expensive things, turn your volume up. Anti-fatigue standing mats.
Everyone put this on there.
Okay, WeatherTech sells these. They're running the ads.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they ugly?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Everything WeatherTech ever makes. They're like, hello, this is for men, but also women. Anti-fatigue mats add a lot of cushioning and it force you to kind of switch your weight around so that you're not standing in the same part of your foot, and it creates. Are you standing a lot decorating?
Not decorating, but making the dough.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only thing why I wouldn't like it is because I do have a big area rug in the kitchen.
You'd have to find
someone who's not using
include the gift receipt on this one.
Mm-hmm.
But an interesting idea. It shows you care, paying attention.
Yes.
I think they really work. The people who use them swear by them.
Yes.
You don't have to get WeatherTech. I just saw them in the ad.
Yeah, I think they have some themed one out there.
Yeah, WeatherTech is like, how ugly. We took this out of the back of a van. Put it in your
Would you like to stand on it?
Also, don't forget our mug phone holder. KitchenAid auto sifter attachment.
People would put this on there. You guys who have the time in your lives to sift.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of people
actually supposed to sift your powdered sugar before you use it, so you don't have any clumpies in it.
Oh.
Me, I like to live.
Does it clumps lead to bubbles?
The clumps leads to like very hard things to eat. It usually encases, and then the
You're
moisture.
Just shoving us out there with hard things to eat.
I'm just saying a prayer.
So you're not sifting, but people are sifting.
Some people are sifting. If you make macarons, you do have to sift. That's a great one.
Okay, macaron people. You know what those are? Little cookies that are perfect circles.
When I made the cake the other day, it did say sift.
And you didn't?
I did. There was not one
little clump. What are you sifting
in there.
with? Do you have a KitchenAid sifter?
No, I have just the 1962 sifter that you
So what does this go? Does it? It's a hook onto his nose.
Yeah, it hooks on the top and then it sifts for you.
Oh, that's an interesting idea. That's probably a good one. You have this one very specific: plum paper planner gift card. It's a visual to-do list.
Someone said that while they love digital in this 21st century,
pencils and paper people swear by pencil.
Yeah.
I'm not a pencil and paper person, mostly because I don't like seeing my own handwriting.
But say the brand name again.
Plum paper planner.
That's a lot of paper. Plum paper planner. She showed me a picture of what it looked like in the
Please come out.
A picture of the planner in the post. It looked very good. It had like your to-do list for the week, your to-do list for the day.
So are you buying, is it a book that arrives?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. I love it.
Physical. She said physical pen and paper.
A lot of you guys are asking. It's not baker specific.
No, and you can do different setups, nice. She said.
That's a great idea.
I thought it was like
so Corrie said gift card specifically because people could choose their own. But it's like
You know.
I'm going to say for every baker out there, there's always room for better organization, so probably can't go wrong with something like that.
I do use the order forms from the cookie countess that you can write on.
Crazy.
I have to visually see it.
Crazy.
And I put it on this little...
Crazy. I am not... Corrie and I are not the same person.
I have to put it in multiple places.
Fair. Not a bad idea. Okay, my mid-grade printer. This is not cheap. It is mid-grade. So again, they're not relative to each other. The prices is the Bamboo P1P printer. They also have a bit better version for a couple $100 more, P1S. The P1P is one without the box that it comes in. Like, what do you call that? Not a box.
Holder?
No. Case. So the case allows the protection from airflow, and that affects your prints. If you're like, you've not been really great this year, here's one without the case. That would be the P1P, and then their newer one is a P1S with a case and a touchscreen and a built-in camera.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but you're looking at $500-$600. That's how I check to see it.
Do you need?
Absolutely. Yeah, I know. I was taking a shower last night, and it was like, bloop. Your print is done. I said, let me take a look at it.
Wow, what is it like to be you?
Yeah, it's yellow filament today. And it would be orange filament tomorrow. You have a dehydrator. Specifically, yours is from Cabela's, but you're not drawn to any name.
Okay, I'm going to just tell you, do I love my Cabela one? Yes. Do I wish it had metal little pans? Because when you have cookie with a lot of icing, and you put it in there, it's only being held on these two sides, and it bows a little bit.
So if you're wondering, non-bakers, their dehydrator speeds up the drying process. There is a little bit of theories to it. You do need consistent airflow throughout. But the dehydrator is just this big box. Most people make like beef jerky in it, but the bakers use it to dry their icing quickly so they can move on to the next step. Definitely an interesting idea. Don't they run like for $100? Or are they more than that?
They range. You can get Big Daddy ones. You can get smaller ones.
Would you say, for the person who's unsure about the baker in the life, go smaller? Because I think the big thing that people want as bakers is more space.
I want to say, because it goes up, 10 tray. You can't go wrong with a 10 tray.
Okay. And you would say if you could find metal trays
versus plastic ones.
Are they really bowing that much so you would notice it?
If it's a 4-inch cookie, it will have a crack in the center.
Oh, really?
And then with
the reason what she's saying is the crack in the center of the icing, because as the icing dehydrates and dries, that's when your issues start appearing. So wild cards.
You pick up the tray. If you have the cookies in the center, it'll bow and it will crack the icing. When you put it in the dehydrator, because it's pulling out the moisture, it'll make the crack 20 times bigger.
20 times
bigger.
So you would say metal trays. I'm sure you could find metal trays.
If you're like, no, I can only find plastic ones, it's a little cheaper, that's fine. Just tell the baker in your life to let the icing crust over a little bit and then put them in the dehydrator.
Okay. We moved on to Royal Batch 5 pounds. Not cheap, but if you know they use Royal Batch, okay. This would be a time where you need to know that they use it.
You need to. 5 pounds is, you're quite dedicated to the brand.
Use code TWINS for
10% off.
But not a bad batch because
not a bad Royal Batch.
Yeah, it's not a batch. But that would be a good one for a baker that uses it because they're going to use it. They want to. You have this one. I think this could go to the expensive list, but a house cleaner.
People had said this.
Yeah,
they put that on the list. They said a house cleaner, so the baker can have one day off.
I mean, are we just doing one day of a house cleaning?
I'm assuming that you're not going to. If this is
this a spouse buying this?
It could be anybody.
Okay, but if I'm buying you a house cleaner, how many house cleanings am I on the hook for?
That's why I said one.
Oh, enjoy this. It will not be a forever.
If you like it, maybe Valentine's Day is looking nice for you.
Okay, that's an interesting idea. It's off the wall.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. I think this is so dependent on the size of the house and where you live and the high cost of living areas.
I will also say a great thing, if we're talking a little bit of marketing here, get into a local community group and ask people who they are using.
Oh, that's going to be your best bet.
Absolutely. And then your local neighbors are going to tell you, oh, Cynthia, she's great. She does my house. And then you can ask them, what's the price for a 3-bedroom?
I mean, once we had for our day job a cleaning company, and they would say we can do bathrooms for this, or we can add the kitchen in. So you can kind of find something that fits your budget. Yeah, you can
kind of.
I'm sure nobody's going to say they're not happy that they're not cleaning a bathroom. I'm sure any baker's going to be I don't have to do that. So that's an interesting idea. I thought it was pretty neat. This one also another interesting, massage gift cards. A lot of bakers
put that on there. If you have I would go to a local community group, ask them the best massage places. They'll let you know which ones to go to. If
you don't want to ask in a community group, I think Massage Envies are franchised.
Yeah.
I mean, what you see is what you get with those, but pretty easy to walk in and get a gift card. I've done that before.
Absolutely. And the baker can just schedule online.
Yeah, with their own masseuse they can pick. And so if you're hey, I want to be involved, but not that involved, I think Massage Envies are kind of
but I don't think anyone would be offended for a massage gift card.
I like the ball people.
Don't like to be touched. I don't like sitting in the middle of the ball.
I don't want to be on display. I don't want my trapezius muscles to be on display. Or you can do the robot massage gift if somebody's
that's true. Yeah.
Not a bad idea. Okay, here's this one actually correlates with the expensive gift.
So bad, so you're going to have to continue on.
I'm going to pause this.
No, I just have to
No, that's ridiculous. I have
to pee. Just go,
Okay, that is so crazy. It's just me and you guys. Corey went to take a potty break. Apple Pencil. So the reason why I add this is because a lot of people, and now be on the expensive wish list, is an iPad Pro. So for the baker, you can use Procreate to pre-design your designs or design cookie cutters, right? Okay, does Corey do this? Absolutely not. Let me tell you this. But the Apple Pencil, there's 2 versions of it. There's an Apple Pen, which doesn't have all the features that the Apple Pencil does. Now, I think the big difference is that the Apple Pencil really understands the pressure of the artist, meaning that if you apply more pressure, you're going to get a darker ink. If you apply less pressure, just like a real pencil, you're going to get lighter ink. And in the app Procreate, probably could add the Procreate app to the cheapest one. Odds are, though, if the baker has an iPad and you see them designing sets on it, they already have Procreate. I think it's a one-time $10.99 type dollar purchase, but highly, highly recommended. Again, now you're getting this whole Apple ecosphere, and they would need to have the iPad, which is going to be on the expensive list, the Apple Pencil, and Procreate. So again, maybe the baker would have to be really good this year, but I would recommend an iPad Pro. But I think you can get by with the smaller ones. But the 11-inch, the 12-inch is huge. The 11-inch or the 10-inch is pretty much, I think it's the one I have. And then that pencil is going to be really, really nifty. Okay, moving on here. This was your guys' recommendation. I thought it was an interesting idea. Cookie signage pickup boxes for porch pickup. So a lot of bakers will have, especially since COVID, oh, look, who decided? No, they said they're fine with just one twin from here on out. You're off the hook.
Okay, I'm back. Let's send another one.
So you have cookie signage pickup boxes for porch pickups.
Yeah, someone wrote this.
That's a good idea.
I will say.
Community group.
Community
find a
group. A logo. There you go. And the signs can be cute. It says like cookies on it. Just so people know when they're driving up where to go to.
Here's what I thought was super cute. I know we talked about this a few podcasts ago. This lady got a local woodworker. He put door hinges, cabinet door hinges on the sign so she could turn it out to say cookie pickups here and then turn it back when she didn't want everyone to know that she was serving cookies. When she wanted to curse at the neighbors, she could turn it down. So then the pickup boxes. So a lot of times the bakers will have these contactless porch pickups come between 10 and 2. Here's this box. You can decorate them. You can get them custom made. And that would be a really interesting idea.
Yeah, it's almost like looks like a cooler a little bit. So like if it's on a hot day, you can put it in there and maybe.
Yeah. Or you can just do it. And then the entry level when people are just using big coolers. We have Sweetest Tier stencil holder.
Okay, that was on the list. Sweetest Tier stencil holder. They were part of the Vendy Blendy. I swear by them. I don't know how I would do PYOs without them.
It's like a screen printer of a cookie.
Yeah, so if you're scraping, it's weighted and it's magnet, so it holds the stencil right in place. So you're not trying to hold it yourself.
I'm going to guess a lot of bakers don't have it and would benefit by it. So not a bad one to go launch yourself into.
You can see me showcase the Sweetest Tiers on our Instagram often. Anytime I'm doing a PYO, I will do it. But they have like a mesh screen. So if you're doing airbrush, you can use the mesh screen.
That's nice.
Yeah, she's got a lot of things.
That's a good one. We have photography backdrops. Now, what are the average price? $50, $70 for 8 core backers? But you can find some variations. You can get some cheaper alternatives. But if you're like $70 is a solid gift to me. That's
plus if you use our code.
Oh, yeah.
You save 20%. Sugar cookie.
Yeah, use that code. Get you some backers. What if somebody's like, I just want one?
I want to say white matte finish.
White matte finish.
Or polar white.
Okay, there you guys. Can't go wrong with that. If you see them already taking photos, odds are they might have that one. So what color?
Honestly, you can still use both because you can stand them up.
Oh, yeah.
I will, or use it as a bounce board.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying.
Not a bad bet. So $70, but use that discount code for 20% off. Not bad. You have an airbrush.
People love airbrushes. Airbrushes are great if you're using stencils.
If it looks like a tattoo gun, that means they have an airbrush already.
If you hear a rather loud sound,
compressor sound,
and some cursing, they have an airbrush.
So if they have it, great. A lot of people have them, never take them in the box.
The guns break often.
Oh, so maybe you could have a backup and be okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know. You have Sweet Pink Olives, airbrush, and Cookie Countess as 2 options for that.
Yep.
Projector.
Okay. The projector I have is great for me. I bought it. And so like, I don't recommend it to people because it's not wireless, but they have a Kodak Luma 150 wireless.
Oh, nice.
And it can connect to your phone.
And that's going to allow people to project the cookie and allow them to trace it. And that's what keeps that. That's how their handwriting looks so good. They're not just like walking out there writing and icing.
But if you get a projector, you also need a
stand, which we'll talk about in a second. But a projector is still a great gift. I think most bakers use them.
Yeah. If you have a baker just starting off, Flycatcher Toys has what's it called?
Oh, come on. I just saw the name.
Yeah, I know. It's from Flycatcher Toys. It is a kid's projector. It is called the Smart Sketch 2.0.
So that one's what? That's not the cheapest thing.
$70.
$70. But so how much is the Kodak Luma?
$150.
Wow. Those are great gifts.
Yeah.
Those are not the cheapest though.
The kid's toy it looks like a kid's toy.
I've seen it. It does look like you went to Hasbro.
yeah, it does look like that. You pass it on to your kid when you're done. But it's great if you're just starting out.
That's what it's intended for kids to trace.
Absolutely. Yeah, it has an app and it can connect to your phone.
But you say, really, if the baker is going to end up with the Kodak Luma either way.
I would say if you were like, let me just pass by, because there's a tinge bit of a learning curve with the Flycatcher. Yeah. You're going to have to bring your cookie up or that down.
To refocus the image. So, I would go with the Kodak Luma. You know they're going to like it. Maybe get if your kiddos who has a baking mom or a parent, get you guys in on it together. That's what we do as sisters. Now, then you have stands. So, we have Shop Canvas Lamp, which is probably great for creating decorating videos, but the Archon mount is going to be great for projectors.
Yeah, so I have an Archon mount. It is always connected to a projector.
So, I'm going to tell you this. If you want to know if they have an Archon mount, do you have this really unattractive black towel thing? That's it.
They have that.
Then can you buy the adapters separately? So if I wanted an iPad adapter for
I don't know. I just know they have a bundle pack that has the
Okay,
iPad
so Archon
thing.
mount's not the cheapest, over $100.
Yeah.
But the shop canvas lamp, not cheapest, over $100. They're both, the shop canvas lamp is that ring light Corrie was talking about where it's built into the lamp. Mm-hmm. It's aesthetic anyways. You don't even need it as a baker. It's also just great for working at a computer.
And they've come out with a mini version. So I don't have the mini version. I can't speak to that. I have just a regular marble-based version. Nice. They have one that just attaches to the side of a desk. You'll need to make sure that the desk
has that lip that's wide enough.
Has a lip wide enough for it. Yeah.
We asked them to be in the bed, but they left us on a red.
They didn't say anything, but I will say, what was I going to say? Our cone mat is ugly.
It is not attractive. However, I think it does do the projecting thing the best. Yeah. It's kind of dedicated for that.
I will say I do not turn on the light for the shop canvas lamp. Because it reflects a circle from in the royal icing. Oh. You can see the circle. So if you're decorating at night, that's the downside.
The reflective icing.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting idea. You have half sheet pans. Why is that so specific? What about full sheet pans? Why can't we have
Not
those?
Everyone's oven is big enough to fit that. So you don't want to buy them.
What are the odds that somebody doesn't have these already?
So Nordic Ware, it's a brand.
Okay.
Those are so nice.
Okay.
Evenly distributes heat.
Okay.
That is what I'd recommend. A ton of bakers use it. So if you're like, yeah, I just started out and I got these cheapo ones and they're discolored or whatever, investing in Nordic Ware is
because they don't do that burning
chef's kiss.
Look,
they could. I always hand wash them. So I don't know.
Really? Okay. Uh-huh. Yeah. Once we got these pans, cheap pans from Amazon, I washed them and they turned into tarnished pans.
Yeah, they look horrendous.
But then I washed these other ones and they look amazing.
I know. It must be the finish.
Yeah. Then you have chua mats. They were in the Vendy, but they are baking mats you put on your Nordic Ware.
Yeah, so it's mesh baking mats
for even heat distribution and then textured bottoms.
If you have a baker in your life and you see them pulling out and it sounds like that's parchment paper.
Fair.
You can get them these mesh baking mats.
Upgraded.
You would be upgrading. You just need to measure
the size of the pans they have. And I know we're all lazy and don't want to go to the kitchen, but all you need is a ruler, not your hands.
Your ruler. But you're going to do this. You're going to pick up the baking pan. You're going to flip it over. And you're going to measure the bottom.
Because you only want the contact of the pans. Here's the thing. If you don't get the right mat for your baking pan, it's going to create an upturned lip and it's going to make the cookies have a nice little curvature to them.
Curve.
Then maybe they'll counteract with the Cabela's dehydrator.
I will say, I've been using the Cookie Countess ones. They are square mats on a circular edge. So it comes up off the side. I don't like that. You cannot cut these mats.
They have fiberglass in them. That's how they work. Cutting fiberglass is very dangerous.
Yeah, so when you get the mat is what the mat is.
If it does not fit, do not cut it. You need to get a new baking pan and then a new oven if it doesn't fit that.
And a new mat if you got it.
So don't cut those. Just measure and you will not have to guess. Then you have Nielsen Massey vanilla extracts.
I will say it was on sale.
Okay.
From Amazon.
Okay.
If you wanted... Any extract is good. I have used Nielsen Massey for a while.
So different than the vanilla beans. Those are the beans for you to make your own extract. Yeah. This is the extract.
This is like I don't have the time or the energy.
Do you have to use vanilla extract in your baking?
If you have a vanilla sugar hood.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. So it's not
included.
The eggs don't flavor that.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm drinking no vanilla water.
Okay, what if you made a cookie with no vanilla extract? Would it taste like block?
Butter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Butter and everyone's using vanilla extract. Mm-hmm. That's why they have little dots.
Some people like
almond. Is it in the icing or in the dough?
Both. Royal Batch has it in the icing.
Well, then why would we need it outside of the royal icing?
Because it can get baked out often.
Yeah, so
but I use the vanilla bean paste, thicker.
Okay.
Little beans in there. Little dots.
There's like the ones where you go to the grocery store and it's that little brown bottle?
Well, that is the extract. Okay. Liquidy.
Yes.
You do it in there. You mix it. You can't see it anymore.
Well, you're doing paste.
I do both.
What's it? Oh, vanilla.
We are going to taste the vanilla.
Oh.
The vanilla bean paste, thicker, more concentrated, more expensive.
Does it throw off your recipe that you'd be adding both?
No.
And then you're doing vanilla what in icing?
Well, Royal Batch already has vanilla in it. So
are you adding more?
Nah. I don't want any more.
Crappy icing.
You already got all my other stuff.
Well, the vanilla stuff's kind of expensive.
It ain't cheap, but some people like almond stuff, so.
But the almond leads to the cilantro argument.
But some people love
non-bakers.
the taste.
If someone ever tastes a cookie and it tastes like soap, it's because there's a subset of the population who taste almond extract the same way that another subset of the population tastes cilantro as soap. And the baker gets these bad reviews, and it's because of this almond extract. Nobody did anything wrong. Nobody was malformed. Just some people taste it differently.
The taste buds.
So wait, do you use almond extract?
No. Just because, for that reason.
Why do people use it?
I don't love the taste myself. Tastes a little soapy.
It tastes a little soapy. Does it taste soapy to you?
No. I used it in the cake the other day. No one ever knew.
No. I wouldn't have noticed. Interesting. Mm-hmm. So you would use almond extract because it tastes like vanilla?
No, almond. Yeah, it will taste different.
It tastes like soapy almonds. It depends. That's a recipe quick, and you can have a perfect recipe. And this is what the bakers do. I'm going to ask for a cookie back. No, it's going to taste fine to you. It tastes fine to everyone who's liked it so far. It's just one person that can't taste it right because their taste buds are broken. Hulkin bags. Now, I really like this one. I talked to these giant square bags with wheels on the bottom and giant handles. So you can almost throw your cookie class supplies in there.
Yeah.
Drag it into the building.
Vendor events.
Yes. I would say the bag is ridiculously large. But it's what you need to go not run to your car 50 times. Like
instead of getting a giant wagon and you gotta.
Yeah, the wagon, hard to store. This Hulkin, they're called Hulkin bags, like Hulk, N-E-N. And they're very large and in charge, but they fold up because they're soft as well. They're structured and soft. It's a really great idea. I don't think any baker has them or would be opposed to having them.
I think you would love it, especially if you're doing cookie decorating classes. Me and Heather.
We're running in out, sweaty messes. But we also have stairs, so the Hulk bag wouldn't work for us. Cash for cookies events like CookieCon and SoFlo.
Yeah, some people said, I know you're like, but I want to give them a gift. CookieCon is every year. Tickets around $400.
That's just to get there.
Listen, I'm just telling you to get there.
I mean, so here's the thing. To give a gift of cash always feels like you're truly funding it.
Yeah.
But you can get these little they look like toilet paper rolls of cash, and you pull it out, and then the money keeps coming. If you wanted to make a production on it.
But if you wanted to give them money for SoFlo is Southern Florida, I think, Cake and Candy Expo.
It's kind of a bigger caker one.
Yeah.
And then CookieCon is more a cookie one. But not cheap. I'm sure the money would go a long way.
Not cheap. But then they have to get their own flight.
Money and said, this is for CookieCon.
I will be spending it. Yeah.
This is for Amazon. But there you go. You can't, if you wanted to say this is for an event so it sounded like you cared, those would be the two events, SoFlo and CookieCon. Scribes, the more expensive scribes from the sugar cookie dealer. Now you have a bunch of these. These are Lux scribes.
They are handmade acrylic scribes.
So that's why we had scribes in the cheaper one, because there's those beads, those rubbery beads, which are great. But if you want to, I don't want to get anything big, but I want to get how much are they?
I would say between 20 and 30.
Oh, not bad.
Each, yeah.
These guys on the mid-grade list?
Uh-huh.
I feel like at $30, we should put them on the cheaper list. But there's a cheaper option. So
right, yes.
They look super luxe. I'll be honest.
Very
when
fancy.
Corrie uses them in decorating videos.
Someone always comments on it.
Right. So it is a great way to get more views.
Yeah.
You got the watermelon one. It was super cute.
Stinking cute.
Now the sugar cookie dealer lady, I think she almost sold out. She was at Vendy in the Vendy Blendy. And she sent me an email.
Yesterday.
Okay. She sent me an email. And she's like, each vendor gets 3 sales posts and a door prize post. And she was like, I haven't gotten to my 3rd post yet, but I'm out of product. Can I make another door prize post? Because there's nothing I could sell. I was like, yeah, go right ahead.
I know. They're very, very nice. Right. And she has thin ones and thick ones. And I will say the thin ones are very nice.
Oh, good. Corrie has the AmeriColor gels like we had with the basic Baker's Basic. Now they have a nifty 50. This is 50 gel colors. It's not the cheapest.
It's a ton.
But it is a lot. Now you don't pick these. They just send them.
Yeah, they send them in a box.
Yeah, we got... And I'll talk about this in a minute on the more expensive list. But the Nifty 50 is just this beautiful box of colors. I think every baker would love it.
Yeah, I think there's 3 different levels. If you were want to play it safe and not spend a bajillion dollars, the Nifty 50, you cannot go wrong with it.
Great. And then you have monthly class subscriptions. Again, we're going to shout ourselves out. But Artie Magoo, Sam's Cookie University for the 3D printer in your life. Somebody getting a 3D printer? That's not a bad idea. Colorful cookie class kits by the Cookie College. So we have the kits to teach those cookie classes. So those are all either skill-based classes or knowledge-based classes. And then the cookie class kits is $63 a month to go be able to teach cookie classes, which is our highest earning thing that you sell. Like
our income revenue. If you want to be successful, you can't just have one avenue. It can't just be customs.
Right. Customs, you could, if you're an introvert, that's probably your best bet.
Yeah.
But if you're a little bit of introvert, extrovert business person, add cookie class kits, add classes to your Rolodex in 2024, and you're going to be like, how did I?
Absolutely. It will pad your pockets.
You'll almost say, like, I'm going to cut out customs to do the cookie classes.
You could take less customs, which we all know takes forever.
Yeah.
And do cookie classes, and you wouldn't feel a difference.
If we're riding shotgun with cookie classes, DIY kits that match those cookie class kits are an easy sell because you already have, all you have to do is roll out the dough, give them the PowerPoint we already made, and then they can do it themselves. Great add-on. I would say that's the least effort, the DIY kits. Yeah. Okay, now let's move to the expensive. This is a little bit shorter, but those people who have been really good this year, turn up your volume. Even if you've not, turn up your volume. Dough Sheeter Eugene was actually a Vendy in the Vendy Blendy. He gave away, I thought it was a manual one. He gave away an electric one.
Yeah, crazy.
Could I have sworn that he told me he was giving away a manual?
No, he just said, I'm giving away one.
Oh, I guess I opted in for the cheaper one, but no, he gave away an electric one. This is a huge space taker.
It is a space taker.
But this machine really does what it's designed to do, which is you wouldn't need the rolling pin.
You wouldn't. Yeah.
So you take your big clump of dough. You throw it into the dough sheeter and it squishes out the perfect height and you put in no effort. So if you have a baker in your life who has wrist pain, who has carpal tunnel pain, who has any sort of arthritis, and has been really good this year, you're looking about $800.
Which is not, it's an investment, but they'll use it for years to come.
It will keep them baking for years to come.
If you have a tiny kitchen like me, you might want to do some measurements.
You're going to have to get that ruler out. I know you bakers hate, order cutters first, measure them later. But you're going to have to kind of see how much space it takes because they are bigger.
They are bigger.
Because it's rolling out a whole sheet of dough and you want to, that's a lot.
Yeah, but talk about time saving.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you have Create Box.
Oh, Dream Box.
Dream Box by Create Room. These are storage, I want to say storage offices.
It's like an armoire.
An armoire that has a built-in table to put everything you need to decorate. So if you find that your cookie stuff is everywhere.
And you can't find it when you need it.
This is an organization dream for a lot of people. And then the crazy thing is it all folds up inside itself.
You do need to Google it. If you're like, wow, that sounds pretty, you got to Google it.
Because you got to spec them out yourself. They're not cheap. We're talking again, $3,000. But this would be for the extra good baker that made it on Santa's twice nice list.
If you love moving to different houses,
likes moving.
This is like 400 pounds.
Oh,
it's very heavy.
So if you like moving, don't.
Yeah.
If you don't like moving, but you hate going up and down the stairs to go find your crap you left everywhere, do.
Yeah.
But that is a big one. And you can spec it out. So I threw out $3,000 because that's just when I looked at their website once. But you can add more. You can add less. I think you can continue to add more even after you get one. You can add more stuff to it.
And you can pay someone to put it together.
Yeah, it is a great gift. The people who have them, and Corrie does not, because you're not great. Of course, a loser. The people who have them in the cookie groups really just love them.
They do love them.
How could you not? Everything's right where you need it to be. And think of organized sprinkles and bows and ribbon.
And your cutters and your scissors.
All right there in this drawer that nicely folds out. And it's white and it's pretty. Okay.
And then you can fold it all away when you're done. It's like it's not even there.
Snake in water. Eddie.
Eduardo.
Okay, $3,000.
$3,000. But what he can bring to the baker in your life.
It is a direct-to-food printer. It's also a sponsor of this podcast, but it's a direct-to-food printer. Thanks, Eddie. They gave away an Eddie in the Vendy Blendy. They told us we couldn't tell you guys until the day before.
Chaos.
But it was really awesome that they did that. But by Primera, this direct-to-food printer is the entry to corporate girly era. Corrie's been using hers to secure major sales. And I'll say the thing about Eddie is you buy him and you can get corporate orders, but you got to market him right. So it's not like just a license to pay for himself. However,
so
if you
want to
market
get the
right,
Eddie and the cookie college as like a dual purchase.
Not bad. Great idea, twin. I like that. But the Eddie prints directly to food, so it really kind of streamlines workflow. Again, you wouldn't need an airbrush if you got the Eddie because the Eddie kind of takes the place of that.
Take $100 off of that.
You save yourself $100 and put it towards a $3,000 machine. However, the people who love him, join Eddie Printer Users Group and just read through that maybe for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, or you can find an Eddie on Instagram and you see how bakers are using him and be like, oh, crazy. I can see him,
It helps streamline workflow. It helps with corporate girly era orders, and it helps with large volume is what I'm trying to say. And it's just all around really neat.
No stencils. Designs are limitless.
Bosch Universal Plus.
Yes, that is the sterling silver one.
But we didn't put Artiste in the middle one.
Oh, yeah.
I'll add it back.
Okay, well, we did give it enough discussion.
I know. But tell us the difference between, you have the Artiste, which is their new, it is Nutrimilk's newest mixer. But their big boy is Bosch Universal Plus, which comes in that plastic white and in that
Nutrimilk is the plastic white one.
Oh,
Bosch Universal is
exactly
only the stainless steel one. It has, I think, if I'm quoting this, 800 watt motor.
Yeah. So the difference between the Artiste and the Universal is the motor.
I like calling it Artiste. Is the Artiste has a 600 watt motor. Yeah. Universal Plus 800 watt.
But in the words of Corrie, people can do a quad batch. However, both mixers seem to do better at a triple batch.
Yeah, so I'm going to just tell you, I've used them both. I'm going to just tell you what I put in there. 9 sticks of butter, 6 cups of sugar, a dozen eggs, 15 cups of flour. Both of them take it like a champ.
The Artiste is almost half price, though.
I know.
Right.
So and it is smaller, right. So it takes up less space on the countertop. But both bowls are the same size, 6.5
quarts. But the Universal, so you're thinking, why would you even buy that? I had the same question when I was looking through their Black Friday deals. The Universal Plus mixer by Bosch has a lot more add-ons you can purchase if you want to make ice cream, if you want to make a bread and stuff like that.
Here's the thing. If you're like, there's a dough hook.
Yeah.
And there's called cookie paddles.
Dough hook. Cookie paddles are add-ons.
Yeah. The thing is, if you're working with sugar cookie dough, you will use the dough hook.
Do not be fooled by cookie paddle.
Cookie paddles typically break.
Yeah.
So you want to use the dough hook.
All the hooks need to be hand washed. That's whatever.
That is very true.
Right. Very nice mixer. People who buy it never regret it. I've only ever seen, we've been posting these up for years. One person that said they wish they didn't get it. I don't know what they wish they did get, but they didn't wish they didn't.
I had the KitchenAid, the head lifter one and the little lever one.
Yes.
Do I still have the small KitchenAid? Yes. I just like that for small batch, whatever.
Okay.
But I sold the other one to replace it with Artiste.
So keep in mind, if somebody has a KitchenAid, they could sell it and put that money towards the Artiste. Not a bad bet. Definitely nice.
I will say
the Artiste is $500. I mean, sorry, the Artiste is like $350.
Yeah. Well, it was.
Well, they're not on sale anymore.
I know it was $229.
Okay.
I will say Heather and my husband got me the Bosch a couple years ago. The Bosch Universal.
Yeah.
I call it an ingredient eater. It wants all your ingredients.
Incorporated.
Just what my day used to be of making dough to what like the hour now it is.
Yeah.
It's a delight.
We are the Bosch Borg. You will be assimilated. So
I
not
love
a bad
it.
bet.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll not use your Universal Plus now that you got the Artiste?
Today, when I was using the Artiste, and I said, "Oh, my poor little baby boy."
Oh no.
Yeah, I know.
So what would you encourage people to do, Artiste?
Yeah, if you are just a cookie maker like me, using sugar cookie dough.
It's cheaper.
But if you're like, hey, you know what? I might be a dough bread person one day.
Dough bread people.
With the
They're my
Bosch.
favorite. Okay. Universal Plus. Okay. Back to 3D printers. The Bamboo Carbon or the Bamboo Carbon combo. That is what I have. It is not cheap. The Carbon itself, their Black Friday deal did end yesterday, but you're looking about $1,200. With the bundle, you're looking about $1,500. If you have a baker in your life who can't stop talking about dreaming about 3D printing, this would be the one that solves all the problems. I have yet to meet one person who bought it and did not absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm going to go on a limb and say it's the best 3D printer for consumers on the market. Wow. That is still affordable. I mean, obviously, you can get into ridiculousn's, but that one I really like. I've been using the one, I think, for the better part of a year. I think we got it in the spring. I don't think so.
No.
But a lot of fun. They kind of came out with it a year ago, and then I happened upon it in a group for women in 3D printing. How fun.
Nice.
They're very much nice. They started it because men in 3D printing were kind of mean. And I agree.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. The Bamboo Carbon comes with a few filament rolls, like test rolls.
Yeah.
Which is what Ender 3 Pro comes with as well, so you can just get it out the door. So I don't know why everyone naturally picks the white roll to test. I did too.
Yeah.
But that's support filament, meaning it's weaker and it shreds. So because support filament is just away. You go to the group like a normal human, it's a support group, and you say, and they're like, yeah, idiot.
I know.
Like, okay.
I know.
Yeah, so then these women from that group formed this women only have to be nice to each other group. Cricut you put.
Someone put Cricut. If you want to make your own stencils.
There's so many Cricuts.
I have no idea. But it's on
probably
the
most expensive one is the one they're referring
Thanks.
to. Right
if you put a Cricut on there, you can do your own stencils, cake toppers. tags,
boxes, decorations and stuff, really.
Stickers.
Thanks.
That's all I know.
We have a year in the Cookie College. Yes, I'm going to say this. It's not cheap. The year in the Cookie College is 2 months free. So if you buy somebody a year, they get a year access to these bright minds that you hear running this podcast every year. I can guarantee you, though, that we've had people who have been what they call each other roomies for over 2 years, since we've actually been doing this for 2 years. And they said, you're with me until you guys shut it down. You tell me. We did not pay them to say that. I think that the content they get is so good that they refuse to leave. They also like each other. They're doing a Secret Santa thing.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait.
My stuff's already coming in.
Okay, I talked about this when Corrie took her potty break. iPad for Procreate. Now, this iPad's expensive, right?
Yeah.
I like the 11-inch one. The 12-inch one is quite large, maybe almost too big for what you guys are trying to do. But you could design your sets. You could design cookie cutters. You pretend you're learning how to draw, or like me,
or you can
use
watch
YouTube.
Frasier on there.
Yeah. Then you end with this. This is our last one. AmeriColor Heavenly 70.
Yeah. So that's 70 AmeriColor gels. Comes in a big, beautiful white box. And that is just about every color combo that you would need to last you well into the future.
Wrapping this up. Speaking of, we've actually had an hour and a half here. I can see both of us.
Here. Also, if you're ordering from AmeriColor, if you sign up, and you can get rewards. So if you're doing the Heavenly 70, it almost gives you like 3 extra bottles.
You know what AmeriColor did? What? Like I had bought some for Amy to help me with the Vendy Blendy, and it was like, happy birthday, we've given you 500 points in your AmeriGel point system for my birthday. Mine. I don't sign up for the thing.
I am.
Did you get your...
No.
I don't know, man. Log into mine and take them. I'm gonna use them. Okay, so I know we talk about the sponsors. They're actually on this list. The sponsor is Bakety Bakey Royal Batch, that meringue powder. Use code TWINS at checkout for 10% off. The other sponsor is AE Core Backers, the photo backdrops. Use code SUGARCOOKIE. Sing it?
It's singular.
For 20% off at checkout. And then the other sponsor we have is Eddie. Use code full price because they don't run discounts. But it's a really cool printer. We actually have another sponsor joining us next week. I'll talk about it then.
Do? You'll have to say that after. It sounds like you're saying ammonia.
Ammonia.
I thought you were saying ammonia.
They got a free sponsorship.
You can use it to cover a dead body.
Ammonia cleans up everything. What was your interest that you said again? What was your time?
That massage thing. So I was using it. Gets you right here, and then you put your arms through this thing, and you can be on your phone while you're getting massaged.
There's a pull that does allow you to put pressure on the machine so that your hands are pulling it down.
Yeah.
Can you please bring it?
Yes.
I would like to try
I know.
it.
I did it so long.
I don't care. I want to. Yes, it bruised me.
Yeah, but I feel good.
But I want to say, not that I think that we should abuse the robots, but boy, do they not complain.
Listen. Yeah, no complaining. No. My husband listened to Heather on a live the other day, and she was like, guys, this is going to be a quick live, 20 minutes, stopped. And my husband was trying to be nice. He's like, I'm going to give you a back massage while Heather talks. But Heather went
2 hours. It was a 2 hour long.
And then, of course, my husband fell asleep and like his hand was twitching.
Do we miss anything? So we did. I'm going to skip Texas time only because it's been a lot.
We'll
do it Vendy Blendy debrief next week. But I think this is a good.
That's a great list.
Yeah,
that is a great list. You got your stocking stuffies.
You got your very, very nice list twice, and then you got your mid grade. Like I have been kind of nice, but not totally nice.
If you want to send your spouse to us, we do take PayPal payments as bribes.
Oh, really? You're looking for something for entry-level baker who just got started? Here's the Eddie. We find that most bakers love this to get started.
Oh, she needs colors Heavenly 70.
Yeah, that's a really good entry-level gift. Stocking stuffer for sure. I'll let her know you're buying it.
Yeah. You're the best spouse ever.
We'll make a post about you and then you're going to you are baker. Okay, I'm going to let him go.
Goodbye.
Can you believe it's already December?
No, it's not December.
I mean, basically, just round it up.
Basically.
Baker's basically 70.
All right, kids. Bye-bye.